everybody, and welcome back to another edition of the Forex Market Preview. My name, of course, is Jason Stapleton, and I want to thank you all for being here with me. If it's your first time, welcome. And what we're going to do here is what we always do, is kind of cover the currency markets. I've kind of been honing in on a couple of topics rather than trying to do broad market analysis, which is what I have done. I did for a long time, and what I found is most people wanted a little bit more in-depth information on specific topics or specific currency pairs. So I've got a couple of things that we're going to look at today. The first thing that we're going to look at is a massive Cypher pattern that's setting up on the pound dollar. I've been very bearish on the pound. We've rode several lengths of that leg down while in the syndicate, and now we're into a place where I was looking at buying on Friday, but I've decided to wait, and it looks like unless the market opens funny, I'm going to be looking to buy here into the open on Monday, or what would be Sunday night for me here in the United States. I am doing this a little different recording, and I've had some issues with some of the stuff that we're doing in the room here in terms of just the quality of the audio. And so I'm using a little different recording software, and I'm also using a little different a little different switcher. And so I'm kind of trying to work some of these things out, and some of them are working and some of them are not working, and it is what it is. So we will we will get to this just as quickly as we can. If you'll bear with me here as I'm learning the process, that would be greatly appreciated. But this new software will allow us to do some pretty unique things, like the scrolling ticker that you see right underneath your deal here, and also some of the other things that we have here as well. You can follow me. I will be using TradingView charts for the balance of the show here, and you of course can follow me on TradingView if you so choose by simply going to tradingview.com and hashtag or search for Jason_Stapleton. That's my handle, and that of course will give you exactly what you need. So let's jump right into the charts now. What we want to look at here, starting out with the pound dollar, is that we're looking at this on the daily chart, and what we've got is a very large Cypher pattern setting up. And I'm going to draw this in with the legs of the move. So we identify first the initial impulse leg of the move. All right, and that runs from here to here roughly. So this is the initial impulse leg of the move. Now I know this is an impulse leg by simply looking left and identifying the previous structure level. That double top resistance level, which caused the pullback, ended up breaking out, and we made new structure highs. This gives us a new impulse leg. Then we see the retracement, followed by the expansion, or the secondary impulse leg. Now, many of you will identify this as an ABCD pattern, which it absolutely is. And one of the kind of the cool things about advanced patterns is that advanced patterns are really nothing more than an extension of a simple pattern formation like an ABCD pattern. And we see, in Gartley patterns and in many of the other patterns that we look at, a lot of the same similarities. And that has to do with the fact that markets are harmonic, meaning that markets move in waves, and you see, wave A to wave B. And the reason that markets are harmonic, or they tend to do the same actions repeatedly, is because they're all driven by human beings. Even the computer programs are written by humans, and so they have human flaws built into them. And the fear and greed that exists in every human being exists in the market, and that's why we see the same type of things happen over and over again. And guys, that's why patterns are so powerful, is because they really do key us into. There's nothing more than psychology at work in the market. So let's go ahead and just have a look at this move. Now, this move actually comes in at a 127 extension. So if I go from the low here to the high, and then we come back down in, what you're going to see is we're going to stall right at that 127 extension. And that is an indication here that we may be looking at a Cypher pattern. What we need to see is a retracement of this leg down into that 786. And so what happens if I grab my Fibonacci retracement tool, and actually let me draw the line tool first. So what we're going to look for is a move from the high here, and this is actually the high, but it doesn't matter. From the high here down, and we're going to look for that 786. And if I grab my Fibonacci retracement tool, and I go swing low to swing high, what you're going to notice is that 786 comes in at 166.11, and that is right where the market is trading right now. So this Cypher pattern actually completed back here at 166.61. We were trading just below that. Now our stops are all the way back down here below 64.54s, which is the the beginning of the Cypher Pattern move. So there's still some room to the downside here. But the way this market is kind of stalled out here, and then if you look left, look over here, look at what we see. Oops. We see this dotted line here represents where the market is currently trading, and look at where we've stalled out, right along that little interior structure level. If I scroll back here, we got a little bit more structure back here. So this is a pretty good place to look for a potential long entry. Now, if you want to, and you want to do some multiple time frame trading, we can actually drop down to our hourly chart, and we can take a look at what's happened most recently. We can see, oh, well, look at that. The market is kind of bouncy balled here. I think we may get another drop out of this move before we see a rally, but I'm going to be watching this closely over the next 24 hours. And I imagine this is something going to be a hot topic in the syndicate for those of you who are in the syndicate with me on Monday morning, is taking a look at this and trying to decide how we want to play it. Do we want to play a breakout to the upside and set some buy stops to get long if the market breaks out to the upside? Do we want to wait for, maybe some kind of other pattern formation to emerge here? Do we want to wait for a 2618 to occur here? Lots of different options on how we can enter this market. Normally, the way you would play a pattern is you would just simply buy the 786. But since we're on a daily chart and a lot of traders have smaller account sizes, and it's just not possible for you to get small enough to make it work to trade with that much risk involved, what we have to do is we kind of have to pick our point of entry and see if we can't find the actual turning point of the market by dropping from our daily chart down to our trading time frame. And we'll discuss that in a little bit more detail in the syndicate on Monday morning. Let's go ahead and move on. There are a couple of other things that I wanted to talk about as well. One of them being USD Canada. Let's look at Aussie Yen first, because Aussie Yen is we had the breakout. I actually lost money on this. Those of you who are in the syndicate know I lost money on this week. Market had come up into this resistance level, and we had found some ratio and structural confluence here that gave us an indication that the market may reverse, and we did get a little reverse. We just didn't get a total reversal like we saw every other time, and the market has closed higher, break above, close above. So with a break above, close above, what that should key you into, what that means, a break above, close above, it means if we look left at the highest high, which was right here, okay? This was the highest high that was achieved during this entire level. We had a highest high there. We had a retest here. Then what happened? Market broke out. Higher high, higher close. New structure high. Now what we're looking for is a pullback into 96.38s, 96.40s. If we can get a pullback into 96.40s, it's going to present a buying opportunity, and we're going to go through our same top-down analysis to get involved in that trade. So we'll wait for the retracement, we'll drop down to our trading time frame, we'll have a look at it and say, hey, does this make sense? Is there an entry here at the structure level that will allow us to get on board a move higher? Because guys, we got a lot of room here on a move higher. If you look left, this next interior support and resistance legs all the way at almost $1 or almost $100. We've got a really nice potential move here on Aussie Yen. We'll have to wait and see how that thing sets up. And the last thing we were going to look at was USD Canada. Quite simply here, little double top. Okay, be aware of this. This little double top could present a move lower. The best way to get involved in this is probably to wait for the break of structure, unless you can find something down on your lower time frame. Because looking left for the structure, there's not very much here. This thing could easily rally again, and this could be a really false signal because we don't have any structure to go along with it. So be watching for these lows. The low that comes in here around 108.57s, 58s, because that's going to be a pretty good place to. If the market can break below that, that's probably going to send this thing, down to 107.60s. So give you a nice little area to potentially watch out for if that's in your playbook and something that you trade. I can't remember if I mentioned it when we first started, but I'm very sorry about the audio that may or may not be coming across to you. This is the last week that we're going to have bad audio or not perfect audio. I had a nice comment about the lighting that we've fixed around here, but we're also going to be fixing the audio. I have new audio equipment arriving on Monday, and I'm going to be installing that, and it should give us a just a really nice sound coming out of there. Now, here's the deal. This is very important, so you're going to want to pay attention to this. I'm going to be doing, I've been talking a lot about the Syndicate. Well, I am going to be doing a very special promotion for those of you who want to try out the Syndicate, but maybe you're not willing to risk $49 to give it a try for a month, which I think is a little crazy, but it's okay because I'm going to fix it for you. I'm actually going to do a $1 trial for an entire month of the Syndicate, and it's going to be coming up in a couple of weeks. I'm going to give you a couple of weeks to play around or to get ready for it. But here's the thing. The only way you're going to find out about it is if you're on my email list. So if you're not on my email list, you need to go to www.trade, it's right down there, tradeempower.com/Forex market preview, and you need to get on that list. The only way that you're going to get that $1 trial is if you're on my list, because I'm just going to email it out and say, hey, here it is. You can go and try it out for a full month, have full access to everything that we've got, and for that $1 trial. But that's going to be coming in a couple of weeks, so make sure that you go to the website and you actually get on the list if you're not already. And it'll be a great time. You'll get to come in. The feedback we've got from the Syndicate has just been awesome. The new Syndicate website that we've set up for you guys with the forums and the the training courses are going to be coming very soon. I'm putting together a training course for Syndicate members, as well as all of the trade floor software and everything else that we've got going on. It's just it's become a really cool place to be. So make sure that you sign up for that or sign up on the list so that you can be notified of that. Other than that, not a lot going on. I will be talking to you Syndicate members on Monday. And for the rest of you, I will see you guys right back here next week for another edition of the Forex Market Preview. Until then, good luck and good trading. I'll talk to you soon.